to remain. The risk is grind time. I need mine. Grind time. I need mine.
We're live, the home of the Rockets in one.
There we go. Jesus.
After this game, the Rockets head back out on the road. They like their chances, but this could be a tough game for them. Facing up against a talented roster, they'll have to show that they're the better team.
Right now for the Rockets, they're not just
There we go. We'll take that.
this year, Steve. They're a
Right off the
huge
bat.
surprise. Yeah, I don't know anybody who picked them to make this kind of noise from the beginning of the year. They've had a phenomenal run.
And now Washington's
All right.
starting group. Bradley Beal and Otto Porter Jr.
Now to start
on
the
wing.
season off, I'm actually going to go ahead and...
And it's Vasquez in at the
not the
one.
season. I think once I get done with this game, I think I know what I'm going to do next.
Here's Mr. Moves.
Oh, here we go. I'll take that.
On that one.
Oh, little open mid-range
Got
jumper.
his second bucket.
You can't give him that shot. I mean, a few open looks are all it takes, and he could really get rolling.
Vasquez. Where's John Wall?
Lets it go from 11. Good. He hits the jump shot.
Where's Wall at?
And so here is Houston.
Is he
They're
injured?
coming off that win against the Nets.
I mean, I don't think he got traded.
In the NBA, we talk about how you have to earn your points the hard way, but didn't seem
I don't
like
know.
that was the case. Everything came pretty easy.
Because right now,
Apparently
apparently Vasquez is their starting point guard for this game.
A defense that didn't really put up much resistance.
Now here's Vasquez after the miss from Mr. Moves. Outside for Beal. That falls. Great assist. by
Yeah,
Vasquez.
Bill is a shooter.
Beal's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The Rockets have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Offensive rebound.
Ow. Ow! First off, my shot should have
So
went
for
in.
Washington, their last game a loss to
But
the
then
Heat.
Dwight Howard missed a
And one
wide
of the
open
factors in
layup.
that
Are you
game
kidding
was
me?
They just couldn't get to the foul line and get enough points from the free throw line to make a difference.
And it gave those opposing fans a boost every time another foul shot clanked off the rim. They were letting
There we
them
go.
think about that.
And that one's good.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense is giving him. He's been a key contributor.
So now apparently
A moment to
Dwight
check in.
Howard
The
is
doors
now
are
on the
open.
Charlotte Hornets, which has been kind of official for a while, but for a while. It might be like a little over a week since he got traded there. But I don't know. A lot of people saying that he could be, he could turn out to be really good in Charlotte because he actually has Steve Clifford, which was the coach he had when he was on Orlando Magic. So we'll see what happens there. I think that's the case. I do think that the Charlotte Hornets, I don't think they'll make the finals, but I do think that they will be a nice team.
Here's Mr. Moves.
Like I don't think they'll really have a chance beating the Cavs to get into the finals, but I do think they will be a nice team overall. So we'll see what happens with that for them. Dwight Howard, he was averaging 13 points and 12 rebounds per game. 12 rebounds per game, which in my opinion is still a nice stat line though.
The first free throw is good.
And I'm not one of those people who says stats are everything, and then I just go on big stat rants and start shoving calculator up everybody's
Rockets have gone
asses.
5 of 8 from the field, shooting
I
over
don't know.
62%. Here's Mr. Moves. And another 3 for Houston.
Getting it done offensively, guys. 5 for his first 7 shots. Not bad.
Oh! I just made my 100th career three-point shot.
Passes to Nene. And misses it off the right
Oh,
side.
I didn't make my.
I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got
There
to
you go.
And the story of this game in the early stages is just how well they've been shooting the ball.
Steve, their percentage from the floor is really impressive up to this point.
Vasquez kicks to Beal.
Okay, I need to get my teammates involved now. Finally, the stream is running better though.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
What are you doing? Oh my God, Bill, you are
Let's
so
see how the
dumb.
East is matching up. Taking a look at Toronto. They've continued to play strong basketball, if not utterly dominant, as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that #1 spot the whole way there. And of course, the Wizards just way
Thomas,
behind.
how did you
Well, right
miss
now for
that?
the Wizards, they've just never really found their groove this season. I mean, not yet anyway. They're kind of stuck in the middle of the pack right now.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of time left to find that groove, Clark. That's the problem.
There's Kris Kardashian right there.
Really come together for them soon. I think they're going to
Well, even though we got Tristan Kardashian on the Cavs.
Rockets leading by 7.
I swear, the Cavs have got to start trading Tristan Thompson. Seriously.
124 left to play here in the first. Cannon, the fast, and Mr. Moves. From past the arc. That's good. Mr. Moves got 16.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
Yeah. In fact, 3 of the last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, Doc Rivers was just addressing the plan with his team. Defense needed to run through Mr. Moves. On the days when he gets going, he can be a huge contributor, and coach is obviously hoping this is going to be one of those days. So still in the opening quarter, and already some adjustments being made. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris.
All right, so who wants a basket? Jones, you want a basket?
Set the pick. Pass to Jones. It's Salmon's on the way.
Oh.
And again, it's the
There was that extra pass that got. Okay, we'll take that.
They're finding holes in this defense.
Should be easy.
But yeah, I'm kind of hoping I'll finish this game so I can start doing some videos on the Resident Evil 5 DLCs, and then after that, I don't know what I would do after that. I'm thinking between Rage and Mass Effect for my YouTube channel.
From 12 feet out, the shot no good. So Houston will take it the other way. And the whistle blows. It's going to be in Martell Webster.
Nice shooting.
All of the game.
Playing back in, coach. I'm not tired yet.
Wizards trail by 11. Taking a look at the Wizards. Otto Porter and Nene at the forwards. Bradley Beal is out there with Vasquez. And it's Humphries in at the 5.
My ear is itching.
Picked by Humphries. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Rockets have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Here's Mr. Moves.
Let's talk about complete
Oh,
control.
come on.
Everything working in this one for Mr. Moves. He's got 16 points. He's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of three-pointers.
Well, the defenders have that in the back of their minds now, too, so they're going to close out on him quicker. It should allow him to use the drive if he wants.
And Washington making a change here. Gortat's checked in. Vasquez kicks to Beal. The pass to Vasquez. Nice ball movement by Washington. Just 4 to shoot. Beal with it. Now guarded by Mr. Moves.
Major defensive lapse right there. He's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
And that one's good.
That's about time somebody scored. This is ugly.
Yeah, grit and grind ugly. That's how I would describe it. Every bucket counts double in a game like this one, or at least it should count double.
Now here's Beal. He's coming off a 10-point game against Miami.
Yeah, he picked his spots in that game too, Kevin, because I thought he not only did a nice job scoring, but setting up his teammates as well.
And now it's
there
on
we
the
go.
2K leaderboard. What a month it's
Long
been for these teams
Vasquez.
defensively. The Rockets #1.
Yeah, they've been on a defensive tear lately, allowing so few points. I think it's the energy with which they play.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Rockets.
Well, they've definitely had the hot hand from the three-point line so far. Always nice to start out like that.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
Come on.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Kevin, over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Washington's head coach said to his team. If what he talked about is a true indication, the pick and roll is going to be their go-to play from now on. He sees that as being their best option offensively. He said also that their offense needs to be a patient
come on.
one. He told them, don't rush things. Use as much of that shot clock as you need to. Being in the position they're in, probably a smart move to go to the clipboard and switch things up while we're still in the first half. Kevin?
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Wizards trail by 16. Vasquez dishes to Beal. There's the feed to Vasquez. It's Beal on the wing. Right. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
Such a solid performance for them inside. Their rebounding has been terrific.
Yeah, that's just one of the few things that have gone their way today.
Here's Mr. Moves. He picked up 30 points in their last win against Brooklyn.
Yeah, Kevin, he really set up shop at that foul.
By the way, that was not my fault. I don't know why I lost points for that.
So it's the Rockets now. Tolliver the pass to Mr. Moves. Rebounded by the Wizards.
How did that
And then was
miss?
in Washington.
Come
That
on.
last meeting, they won the game, and remember, it was a huge day for the bench. I mean, they got some. key
I
points
am
from
not
their
guarding.
Now here's Beal.
I ain't guarding that
He's
huge
got
guy.
8, and the shot's good from Nene.
That's nope, not allowing me to score. That was not my fault. I'm not guarding him.
Houston leading by 14. From the baseline. That is good.
There we
And
go.
now 24 points for Mr. Moves. Steve talked about the contribution they got from their bench in winning this matchup last time, Clark, and it was a great game for them in that regard.
Kevin, it really was. I mean, the depth they have was apparent on that day. I mean, there was no drop-off when they went to their bench, and the coach has to be extremely confident knowing that his reserves can handle their weight.
And the Rockets look to change here. Jones has checked in.
Now, taking a look at some stats here, let's check out the numbers for Nene. This past month, he's really set himself apart. You see how he matches up numbers-wise. He's averaging about 14 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. And some pretty good numbers, I think, guys, when you look
There we
at
go.
overall
Bang.
contribution.
Yeah, and he's always looking to raise his game. What you see in his consistency, one of the important characteristics that he brings to the table.
Here's Vasquez. James Harden picking up that last basket. Beal gets a wide open look. Misses the three.
Things have kind of gone south for him here in the quarter.
Here's a very animated huddle that last break, and I'm sure the coach wanted something specific from his team.
Well, Kevin, this is certainly a key moment for the squad, and he's looking for players to lock into the new game plan and carry it out the rest of the way. That's what he's trying to get across.
Here is Porter after the made shot for Mr. Moves. Porter kicks to Nene. 6 on the shot clock. Count the bucket. Nene's got 6 points in the quarter.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Boy, the ball movement's been fantastic here the last few possessions.
Out of bounds, Washington takes possession.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing.
Good job at the line.
Houston with a big group substitute.
Coach, put me back in.
A dominating
Actually, no, just keep me out as much as possible, Coach, because I just don't. I'm trying to get through this game as quick as possible.
Okay, guys.
It's giving me a game playing a game that still takes a while.
That's how you take care of business.
Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well. You know, Mr. Moves has been exceptional here, guys, today.
I loved his approach, guys. He came out aggressively, took the ball into the teeth of the defense, and either got points at the rim or drew fouls.
Most of the time he's been drawing
There we
fouls.
go.
He has the free throw total to show for it, as well as a few nicks and bruises.
Harden and Ariza out on the perimeter. Howard is out there with Anthony Tolliver, and it's Mr. Moves in at the 1 spot.
How was that a turnover my fault? Because Dwight Howard decided not to catch it, but that's my fault. That I couldn't control him because I couldn't control my teammate who did not want to catch
And they're
that.
making a statement here, guys, going inside for 8 of their last 10 points.
Y'all are
Time to
full of
man up
BS.
on D and stop these free runs to the rim.
Here's Mr. Moves. He's got 26. Kicks to Ariza. Fires the 3, and he gets it to go. Ariza's got it. Himself on the board with 3 there.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Hey, Kevin, Mr. Moves in that last game against the Nets got down to business. He finished with 30 points.
I'll have to take the dunk. Let's go.
Another strong showing from him in what has become a habit.
All right, thanks, Doris. He's got a lot of positives to take away from that game. Clearly, Steve.
Yeah, he played a huge role for them.
Oh.
His contributions are always important, but I thought he was particularly good that night.
Yeah, he was very solid. Just really locked in, engaged, on task.
Well, I was wide open right there. I had to take
Excellent
that.
ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. Defense hasn't been able to set up.
Now here's Beal. 10 points for him. Porter dishes to Vasquez. Beal the pass to Vasquez. And Beal kicks to Nene. They need this. It's rebounded by Houston. Howard's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage
Let's go.
tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. I mean, they're really pushing them around physically at this point.
And we can talk all we want about their passing, but from three-point range, these point guards have been filling it up for the past month. Well, you look at Mr. Move,
All right, let's keep going.
player from three-point land, a great talent.
We gotta keep doing whatever we can to get the.
Well, a lot of the point guards in the NBA don't get enough credit.
We gotta do
for
it.
how
We
well
gotta do
they
whatever we
shoot.
can to make
So
sure
give this
that
group their due. Some
we get
outstanding
this game
long-range
done.
shooting right there.
No question about it, Steve. And being able to knock down the 3 ball as well as this group can makes them so much more effective at the point guard spot. It really causes problems for the defense.
And again, Washington no good.
And you can feel the momentum swinging. They needed that shot badly.
Steve, I sense some frustration here. It seems like they're getting a little frustrated. It's understandable because they've given up this big run.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, over the break, I listened in on what the head coach for the Wizards was getting across in their huddle. Offensively, he'd like to see them get the ball into the post as often as possible. That's where he thinks their biggest advantage lies. The other thing he stressed was the need to be disciplined on offense. He asked for good ball movement and good shot selection. Clearly, some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
Thank you, Doris. Washington making some changes. Humphries comes in for Nene. And it's Webster in for Otto Porter Jr.
Really not hard
Okay, there
to
we
see
go.
why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting pounded in there. The defense not offering much resistance. They've got to force the ball back out to the.
How was that allowing me to
I'll tell
score?
you
I had
what,
my
the
hand in his
defenders didn't
face.
even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
I did.
Beal on the double team. And here's Harden for 3. Rebounded by the Wizards. Humphries has got 4 rebounds in this game.
I'm guarding
Vasquez with
Vasquez.
it.
I
Now
don't.
guarded by Mr. Moves.
Yeah,
Humphries
shoot.
the pass to Gortat. Back to Humphries.
Here's-
To the left wing. Webster dishes to Vasquez. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. Lets it fly. Webster can't get the bucket. On offense, here are the Rockets. They're on a 14-2 run here. Here's Mr. Moves. 33 points for him. Screen by Howard. Feeds to Tolliver. Deflects the pass. And as it goes out of bounds.
How
he's
is
able
that
to
my
win the ball.
fault?
I like that shooting.
Long enough for him to get a finger.
Wake up, son. You're in.
Oh, it's time to ball.
Houston's gone 7 of 9 on three-pointers
Okay.
tonight. Outstanding mark from long range. Here's Kanan. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. From outside the arc. And that's not going to go. And here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
There was a beautiful pass, nice, intelligent basketball. The execution was perfect, and that pass set up the open 3.
Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. So on the floor for Washington, Jefferson out there with Darius Miller. Then it's Garrett.
Oh
Temple.
my God, that
Then
was a
there's Mason.
goaltending.
And Shved in at the point guard. And
That was
Jefferson wide open. He
goaltending.
shoots. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Salmons against Miller. Well,
Oh my God, that was goaltending. That was BS, and the game knows
certainly
it.
the one they won on the end of those breaks. He always finishes strong.
There's the screen. Now Mason. Pass to Shved. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Jefferson wide open. He shoots. Out to Miller. He dishes it to Shved. Back to Miller. Wizards passing it around.
Richard Jefferson is on a Wizards.
Fade away.
He actually plays on the Cavs right now,
Mr. Moves.
and he won a championship
Mr.
with the
Moves
Cavs. So
got his
there's that.
rebound with that last one here tonight.
Boy, they really dominated.
But then again, I don't know
They've
if
done a lot of good things here tonight, but the rebounds have played a major factor.
Hey, Steve, you
don't know if he will play a season with the Cavs, because I've been hearing that he might retire, and it's time for good. So, which I won't be mad at him if he does. By the way, no, if he does retire, no, best of luck to him. No, I appreciate what he did for us, man. He did for us for the couple years he was on the Cavs. So. So he might continue. So he might play another season with the Cavs. He might not.
On the money with his first shot today.
You know, Kevin, he's not always looking to put up big numbers, but he's doing a nice job here.
For Houston, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Here's Mr. Moves, and he gets it to go. Mr. Moves got 11 points here in just the second half.
They've built this lead through plays exactly like that. He's easily been their most consistent performer.
Well, he's been splashing everything today.
Wasted no time on that one. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth.
Okay.
He kicks it to Salmons. Now here's Ellington. Houston needs to get a shot. Passes it to Salmons. Buries the long-range jumper.
There we go. Give me an
Salmons
assist.
got 5 points in the quarter.
That's pretty much been the norm for them, getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
Now here's Shved. This one for 3. That's good.
Incredible.
That's not my
Few
fault,
seconds to
dude.
Answer the 3 ball with one of their own.
Let's keep this thing going, guys. I love seeing a three-point battle like this.
Here's
I
Covington.
don't mean to shoot by like that, by the way. I don't mean to
Salmons
shoot
on
like
the
that.
wing. Pass to Mr. Moves. Lets the 3 fly. It's rebounded by Jefferson.
The game is
Wizards have
the
gone
game
3
is
of 6 from the
cheating.
field so far in the fourth quarter. Uncovered. Rebounded by Mr. Moves. Mr. Moves got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
Here's Mr. Moves. Floats one. That's good.
You know, size-wise, this is not a great one-on-one matchup for him, but he got that shot to go.
But you wouldn't know it by how he finished. That's a nice hoop there.
Now here's Shved. The dish to Mason. He feeds it to Shved. And it's John Salmons with the rebound. Salmons got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's Mr. Moves to the middle. Salmons kicks to Kufis. And stolen by
And then,
Well, guys, this was never really a contest.
well,
Just total
RJ, I love
domination.
you, but I gotta
You can
stop
safely
you
say
here. I love you because you
mission
play for the
accomplished
Cavs now, but I gotta stop you here.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And this will make it 41 victories for them on the year.
Well, I think they're very motivated to come in tonight and win after losing the first game against them this season.
Without question. I mean, they had this date circled on the calendar for redemption. I mean, you never want to lose 2 games and be swept, and it can be harder in an East-West game.
I guess I'm gonna break the 40-point mark. I got 39.
It's a big win for them.
Let's do it.
And you have to look back at this and see what a huge game it's been for Mr. Moves. He just looked like an orchestrator out there, keeping his teammates involved, running to the open spots. I mean, he would constantly find them more often than not.
Here's Shved after the made shot for Mr. Moves. That's blocked. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off
There we
the
go.
shot. 24-second
Get that
violation.
out.
So for the Rockets, Anthony Tolliver.
That's the way to move the ball.
And then for Washington, Chris up.
Coach, bring back in.
So we see the Rockets.
The game cheated me out of the thing. The Wizards' highest scorer is Bradley Beal with 10. Whatever. Don't make me. Please, no scrimmage. I don't like